What's going on, guys? Matt Manduke, and I'm back. And this is the video I was talking about when I posted the video touching my base, where I flew my drone in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. And, well, of course, I was at a rest stop, and that's what you're looking at now. And as I turn around, I wanted to show my truck because I said you would see it, and you will see it in most of my drone videos because I don't walk far away to fly. And I'm probably going to fly tomorrow if the weather's permitting because I'm stuck at a dealer in Tennessee because part of my DEF tank broke off and went into the DEF tank. But the Shenandoah Valley is a very beautiful place. And this wasn't actually the rest stop that I wanted to park at, but the first one didn't have any spots. But it would have been more scenic, so maybe next time, if weather permits, because I haven't been able to fly very much recently because weather has not permitted, and that's been, well, an ongoing thing and has prevented me from posting videos. Well, also that I had to figure out some kind of situation to charge my laptop in the truck that doesn't have an inverter, and I did manage to get an inverter that can charge it, but it cannot run, like the laptop can't be on and get charged unless the truck is running, uh, which is kind of problematic in itself. Um, but it's still something that can be dealt with as opposed to not being able to charge at all. And I can charge the laptop when the laptop is off without the truck running. So I saw there's quite a bit of houses, and there's some maybe historic type houses, and I want to check some of them out because it's Virginia. And Virginia, I don't like what they're doing with the gun laws right now, but Virginia otherwise is kind of nice to drive through in some areas. It's not really my favorite place to be by any means. It's not the most beautiful state by any means. Right now I'm in Tennessee, and Tennessee is gorgeous to drive through, but I don't even know that that's the most beautiful state. West Virginia might be. West Virginia is gorgeous, and it's fun to drive through. Uh, and they're not quite as particular about limiting trucks. But, I drive around a little bit, and you can see that just endless farmland and the mountains in the background. And of course, you can see the interstate there. And I thought this farmhouse that I'm rolling up on looked pretty cool, and that's why I zoomed in on it because you're not going to see it very well without doing so. And big house and big barn, and the barn's right up on the interstate, which I guess helps block some of the noise, I assume. And then you can see the rest stop on the other side of the highway, which you know nobody really likes to look at them, especially not me, because I sleep in them on regular basis. Even though you can see it's all full and there's trucks in the back of them. And then I do this like panoramic view because I thought that was kind of epic to see the whole horizon. And it takes a while to do it because I'm trying to do it slow and smooth, and it's kind of cool looking. And it is kind of cool looking, isn't it? I mean, just the way the layers of distance work and how you can see like the haze setting in until you really, well, I mean, beyond the mountain you're not going to see anything because the mountain blocks a view of everything else. But uh, I still thought that that was a very nice view, and it was worth seeing, and that's why I flew for the most part, because I was enjoying the scenery on the road, and I wanted to share some of that with you, being my subscribers who I have not had the opportunity to really keep in touch with the way I had been, because I was posting multiple videos per week, and well, recently I haven't been able to do that for a slew of reasons. And I mean, one was I wasn't able to charge the laptop. Two, the weather hasn't been allowing me to fly as often. And, you know, three, I was actually busy with work while I was doing that Walmart gig. But it was worth it with the money and extra time with my friends and family, the people that really matter. But then I realized that I hadn't gone off in this direction yet, so I started to go off in this direction. And I kind of like the detail that you can see on the hills of the different bushes that are growing on the hills, and I thought that was kind of cool, which with the shadowing and the view that you can see. And it is kind of late in the day when I'm flying. I want to say it's like 3:30 or something, and I had to take a 30-minute break, and I ended up making it like a 40-minute break, but that was fine because I still got to my destination on time. No worries. And it looks like they might have some cattle in that field there. And then I go a little further so you can see these houses, and these houses are newer than the other ones I was looking at. And as soon as I realized that, I start charting because I'm not really interested in looking at new housing developments, although I see that RV over there, so people are doing pretty well in this area. Because you're not going to own an RV and a house unless you're doing pretty well. That's a hell of a farm over there, isn't it? I mean, I don't go over there, and then I do realize as I bring it around that you've pretty much already seen this. So I do start making my way back to landing. But I'm looking at the traffic on the road, and that's, of course, not a major highway. It's probably, a main road because people don't like to get on the highway to go from city to city, and I don't like them to get on the highway anyway because I was getting kind of pissed off at the way people were driving before I took my break. I was due because they kept cutting me off and going around me in ways that I've already posted videos about how I'm angry about it, and they keep doing that. Then it makes me want to get off the road for a little while, and that's why I needed to take that break. Plus I needed to get something to eat, and not having an inverter in this truck has been kind of more complicated for that because I can't cook, so I have to eat things that are as is, and that's figuring out a whole different way of shopping. And now I'm starting to get to that point where, like I said, I'm going to land. And since I haven't been uploading end cards, I'm not doing all of that. You can see that yellow truck's pulling in. He ends up pulling up right up in front of me for the most part, because you can just barely see me there behind that building. I look like a dot. Yeah, that idiot just parks in front of the dumpster where he belongs. And that pickup truck don't belong there. He saw trucks and was like, oh, I go that way, and then they're parking in places where they don't even belong. Don't get me wrong, trucks probably park there on a regular basis, like big trucks like mine. Oh, you really can't see me too well because I am standing in the shade, and I'm happy that nobody's like interested in what I'm doing. Oh, they just dropped somebody off. And I'm still like, at some point I actually look up and I start flying from view instead of looking at the camera, which probably about what it's happening now. But like I said, since I'm not doing end cards, I do want to thank you for watching, and I do hope that you enjoyed this. Of course, I have more videos, and you can subscribe and check them out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you, my friends, in my next video.